A couple weeks ago, I shared a photo of a windmill here on Weekly 50, and it has some similarities to this one, but there's a lot of important differences too. They're really, broadly speaking, I guess they kind of evoke the same sensibilities with the prairie and brown grass and a windswept plain and a windmill. But then this one has all these other elements that are not present in the first one. And to be clear, none of this means that either one is a better photo. They're just two distinctly different photos. Mostly what this one has is this element of time passing and human activity. So that thing on the left, whatever it is, it's made of stone. It looks like there's a passageway, a tunnel for something like water or a vehicle to pass through that's clearly been there a long time. And its best days are behind it, but it had use. Like it served a purpose. It was built for a reason. And now it doesn't do that thing anymore. There's a trough in the foreground on the right-hand side that's kind of rusty, and there's a fence that's falling over. And the windmill itself, like it's clearly an aging windmill. So there's all these elements of time passing and of human activity that is just past its prime. And I really like that. I like the sense that this is it's well used. This photo appears lived in. And in fact, when I was looking at my photos, I shot this in Kansas, by the way, on a recent drive up to Nebraska and back. I took several versions of this photo, many with the windmill right in the middle. And there was something else off to the right, but I don't remember what it was. And I thought, given the elements in this photo, I thought that, well, obviously the windmill should be in the center. The photo I had last week, the windmill is off to the side. So I thought, well, this time I should put the windmill in the center. And it just wasn't working. And it was my wife who pointed out that this one actually seemed to be better than the others for all those compositional reasons, as well as what it contained beyond just the windmill. I really like how there's kind of this diagonal going from lower left to upper right, almost like you can imagine the windmill looking down at that tunnel and then something in that tunnel looking up at the windmill. I like that the tree adds a sense of balance. But here's what I really find interesting about this photo, and you can't tell it by looking, but when I came across this on Highway 77 in Kansas, I drove right on by. Like I was on my way back home. I just want to get home. I didn't want to do any more photos. I just wanted to keep driving. And I drove past this and I saw someone getting into their car near the side of the road who had just taken a picture of this windmill. And I thought, I don't want to delay my trip home anymore. I just want to get home. But it kind of occurred to me that, well, okay, someone thought that there was something worth capturing in photographic form here. Maybe I should turn around and see what that's about. So I drove like a mile down the road and I had this dialogue in my head, like, well, should I pull over? Should I go back? What should I do? And finally I just did. I turned around and drove back, not only delaying my trip, but making it even longer because I drove back away from home for a mile, took this photo and then kept on driving. And I'm so glad I did. And I've had that thought several times as I have had occasions over the years to do trips by myself where I'll think, should I pull over and take a picture or should I just keep on going? And I'm not saying that every time I pull over, I get a great picture, but I don't think I've ever thought that was time wasted. Even if it turned out to be a fantastic photo, it was at least a good experience or a good mental exercise to do. So I guess, I don't use this as like a soapbox or a teaching platform for others necessarily, but I would consider recommending that as advice. If you have the opportunity to pull over and take a photo, you might as well. You'll get to your destination a couple minutes later, but you might get something good in the process that maybe you didn't even expect.